Please remain standing for the posting of the colors.
Please be seated. I want to welcome everyone to this celebration of accomplishment. I am Dr. Randy Ryan, the 11th president of Chadron State College. Today, we gather for one of the oldest secular ceremonies in Western society, the conferring of academic degrees as a symbol of intellectual attainment. The robes we wear link today's ceremony with its medieval past and remind us of the importance of higher education. I'm pleased so many of you could join us to celebrate our graduating class of 2021 and to recognize the perseverance, hard work, and achievement of Chadron State College students. Please feel free to come forward to take pictures as you wish, and we're serious about that. Come right down front if that's what you like to do, and we will make sure that you get that photograph. We will begin this event with a moment of reflection to be delivered by Mr. DeAndre Barthwell. Mr. Barthwell will graduate today with a Master of Science in Organizational Management degree and is from Westland, Michigan. DeAndre.
I practiced a speech yesterday while the gym was empty, but I feel a little different now, so. Man, good afternoon. I'd like to first thank Dr. Ryan, I'd like to thank Dr. Wall, and I'd like to thank the Graduate Council for asking me and allowing me to give a moment of reflection speech on my time here at Chadron State. I'd like to thank all the professors and the mentors that I've had here at Chadron State, all the coaches, Coach Long, Coach Jersey. I want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to come here. I learned a lot from you, Coach Long. I learned a lot from you, Coach Jersey, and you guys played a big part in my maturity and making me a better man on and off the field. Most importantly, I'd like to thank God, and I'd like to thank my family, my mom and my dad who are in the stands. You guys are my two biggest role models and two people that I still look up to this day. I'd like to just first start out this speech by saying, you know, I'm just happy to be here. When I first came on campus back in 2015, I would have never thought that 6 years later I'd be in this spot. giving a moment of reflection speech at a graduation where I was earning my master's degree. So that's a pretty big moment for me, a pretty big opportunity, and I'm happy about it. In 2016, my sophomore year of football, I was ruled academically ineligible, and that was one of the toughest points in my life, but when I look back, it was one of the most important points in my life. I had to really fight through, I had to overcome adversity, and I had to overcome a lot of things. And when I look back, I'm just very proud that I did that and that I got through those moments. As for the graduates in front of me, I know you guys have been through a lot. I know it's been a lot of long nights of studying, a lot of probably calls, crying with mom on the phone, just going through different things. But I think at some point today, you guys should look back and appreciate the city of Chadron, appreciate the school, appreciate the college, appreciate the people you've met and the bonds that you've made. I know me personally, I feel like Chadron is a great place with a lot of great people. I met a lot of great friends here. Some of the crazy ones you probably heard scream my name in the stands. It's just a great place, and I'm proud to say I went here. And as for you guys, we have people graduating with their undergraduate degrees, with their master's degrees, and at some point today, you guys should just look back and be proud of everything you guys have done and be proud that you guys will be walking across this stage and here in a few minutes. I'm not sure what's next for me, but I know with the experiences I've had here and the people I've met here, I've been well equipped with the tools to go out and do whatever I want and whatever I need to do. And with that being said, I would like all you guys to join me in a round of applause and congratulating our 2021 graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, DeAndre. We are gathered here today to honor the undergraduate and graduate classes of 2021. However, it's also important to honor those people here today who have supported and encouraged you through the years. I'd like to take a few minutes to recognize those people who made it possible for you to be here today. I'd like to start by asking everyone in the audience who graduated from Chadron State to stand and be recognized. Our alums. In many cases, the graduates who will walk across the stage today are the latest generation from families of multiple generations of CSC graduates. For some of you, you have the distinction and honor of being the first generation in your family to graduate from college. Now, would the parents of the graduates please stand? Parents? Grandparents, would you please stand and be recognized? Would the spouses of the graduates please stand and be recognized? The children and the grandchildren of the graduates, would you please stand and be recognized? Brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, would you please stand? One more round of applause, please, for all those people who made it possible for our graduates to be here today. The other very special people who have made it possible for the graduates to be here today are the faculty and staff of Chadron State College. Would the faculty please stand and be recognized, and please remain standing? Would the staff please stand and be recognized? The people standing before you have dedicated their talents and time to make it possible what we celebrate here today. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce to you the distinguished individuals joining me as members of the Platform Party. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Mr. Gary Begansky, Chair of the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges. Dr. Jim Powell, Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. James Margetts, Dean of Liberal Arts. Dr. Wendy Waugh, Dean of Business, Mathematics, and Sciences. Dr. Alaric Williams, Dean of Professional Studies and Applied Sciences. Dr. Tammy Selby, the Vice President of Enrollment Management. Ms. Lucinda Mays, today's commencement speaker, and Ms. Melissa Mitchell, our registrar. Would you please join me in a round of applause for these individuals? Thank you. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Gary Begansky to the podium to bring official greetings from the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State Colleges.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Nebraska State College System Board of Trustees, it is my privilege and honor to welcome you to the 2021 Chadron State College Commencement Ceremony. And we are thankful to be together today in the Chacoin Center, not that visual stuff, remote. Graduates, this day is about you and what you have achieved. Through your hard work and determination, you have chosen to overcome the obstacles placed in front of you, and in the process, you have become stronger, more resilient, and more determined to achieve your goals. Graduation is a time to imagine your future. When you think about the road ahead, you may gain perspective by looking back as to where you have been. And I hope that you will look back on your time at Chadron State College. You will do so with fondness, and when you look ahead, you will see Chadron State College as part of your future. You will always, always be welcome here, and we look forward to hearing about your personal and professional achievements as you build on the foundations that you have received at Chadron State College. We also hope you will continue to engage with us as alumni as you travel forward in your adventures. As you begin a new stage in your life and experiences, you can be confident that you can and will make a difference in this world. Like the Chadron State graduates who have gone before you, you possess the knowledge, skills, and confidence that you received in your excellent education. I believe that each and every one of you has the skills to make this world a better place. Thank you to the parents, friends, family, and loved ones who are witnessing this great moment in each of your lives. As a member of the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State College System, President Ryan I invest you with the power and authority to grant degrees to these great graduates of Chadron State College. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Boganski. Today's commencement speaker, Lucinda Mays, joined the Chadron State College in 2006, the same year the wildfire threatened Chadron State College. Her work as a public horticulturist has included designing and planting landscapes and working with maintenance crews and student workers who care for CSC's 281-acre campus. She's won numerous awards for her public workshops and outreach efforts at the local, state, and regional levels. Lucinda appears on radio gardening shows in Nebraska and Wyoming, is CSC's representative to the Nebraska statewide Arboretum, and is a member of the Chadron City Parks Foundation Board. Before moving to Chadron, she was a designer and gardener for Callaway Gardens in Georgia, and hosted segments for the PBS show, The Victory Garden. She's lectured nationally and contributed articles to Southern Living magazine. I am proud to invite Ms. Lucinda Mays to the podium to deliver the commencement address. Lucinda?
Thank you so much. It's been great. I do love it. There's so many people in this room that have been part of beautifying our campus landscape. Students, faculty, staff, community members. Y'all have planted over 1,200 trees in the last few years, and that's just landscape trees. You've also planted over 14,000 ponderosa pines on Sea Hill as a part of building back from our wildfires. So y'all have had a presence on this campus. And I look out and I see you all, and I see all your faces, and it makes me so glad and really thankful, because you've been part of my every single day at Chadron State. As you walk to your classes, sometimes you're laughing, sometimes you're stressing out, sometimes you're sitting on the benches, sometimes you're studying at the trees, studying under the trees, but you're always the presence and the energy that makes this place go. So thank you very much, students, for all that. And now you have arrived. This is the big day, and you did it. You made it. We are all here because of what you just did. What an accomplishment, a college degree, a master's degree. And now, what's next? That scary question, what's next? What are you going to do after graduation? What are you going to do with the rest of your life? How do you figure out exactly what it is you're supposed to do? Well, firstly, there is no exactly, so you can not worry about that. 2, it will be a series of figuring out what to do next. So you don't have to do it all at once. In fact, you can't do it all at once. Just do a little bit at a time. The first job I had out of college was selling soccer tickets for high school games for $6 an hour to pay the rent. 10 years later, I was standing in front of a television camera doing a national gardening show for PBS. You can't plan this stuff, but you can be willing and you can be ready to try. My personal pep talk to myself over the years has been, if somebody else has done something and they were just in reasonable health and had reasonable intelligence, and I could probably do it too. And it's turned out to be true. So where are you going to start on what you're going to do next? First, you have to pay the rent. After that, you can start looking around for things that are 1, interesting to you, and 2, continue to pay the rent. But think about it in this way. What you love is probably going to be the way in. Love will be the way in. It's not everything. It's not the only thing, but it's a place to start. And starting, commencement, That's why we're here today. That's what it's all about. And you've never been at this point in your lives before. So most everything you do will be a new start. You'll find out you love some of the things you start. You'll find out that some of them will leave you cold. And it won't take long to find out if you love something or not. I knew in just 2 weeks I really did not want to work in a greenhouse. I thought I was going to love it because, plants. But greenhouses are mostly about irrigation, thermostats, and pesticides. So no, that wasn't my love. But I also knew after just 2 weeks' work in a botanical garden that public horticulture is where I belong. Not because it was easy, not because it was widely open to women back in the day, but because public horticulture, which is plants and people and how they work together, public horticulture is infinitely interesting to me. I love it. So in between those two-week periods of finding work I loved and work I hated were 5 years of selling soccer tickets and teaching biology in a huge urban school system. So, you just keep trying things, and then you'll find your love. And that's the way in. That's when things start to fall in place. That's when you begin to figure out how to make a career of doing what you love. Just know it's going to take more than 2 weeks. Now here's a trick. How do you know if it's what you love or what somebody else is telling you it should be what you love? Maybe you've been told it's the right time in your life to get married, buy a house, move across the country. To know if it's your idea and not somebody else's idea is really, really, really important. So trust yourself and take the time it takes to think this through. Here's how you do it. You spend enough time alone so that the voice you hear in your head giving you advice is your voice. This takes practice, and it takes time alone. Quality time alone. Screen time does not count. Take a long walk, and don't take that walk with other people. You want it quiet, so any conversation you have is just you with yourself. And on this walk, you walk until your head gets clear. And then you begin to think about what you're good at, what you love, whom you love. Maybe they like you a little bit. And then you go back to thinking more about what you love. This will probably take many, many walks, because being good at anything takes practice. And to get good at figuring out what you yourself think, it takes many repetitions for practicing the skill of thinking your own thoughts. Then when you've decided what you want to try, then you work hard at it. I mean, work hard. Bring your whole self. Be curious. Watch a new colleague do a thing. Learn from them how they do it. Then practice it till you can do it too. And here's another thing. It's incredibly important to celebrate. Celebrate what you want to see more of in yourself and also in others. You'll likely be working with others. So in the workplace, are you there and you wish there could be more laughter? Encourage laughter in others and bring laughter to the table yourself. All along the way, and I just have to say this, while you're working so hard on what you're trying to take care of, remember, don't be reckless with other people's hearts. We're all in some kind of a struggle, so please be kind. And remember to take that time to celebrate. Take time today to celebrate this. Take time today to say thank you to somebody who's helped you along the way. And then to get started on what's next, take time today to think of one thing you love to do. And now, I congratulate you. You got it done. You met the challenge. You got the degree. If you can do this, and you have proved to the world that you can, because here you are. If you can do this, you can do the other big stuff too. And I hope you'll love it. Thank you.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, the students, and the administration, thank you, Ms. Mays, for your inspiring words and for your years of service to Chadron State College. Will the 2021 candidates for the Masters of Arts in Education please rise and remain standing? The Masters of Business Administration, please rise and remain standing. The Master of Education, please rise and remain standing. The Master of Science in Organizational Management, please rise and remain standing. President Ryan, upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty and the academic deans, I recommend to you these candidates for the conferring upon them the Master of Arts in Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and the Master of Science in Organizational Management degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of Chadron State College by the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State College System, and upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty, I confer upon you the degrees of Master of Arts in Education, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science in Organizational Management, with all the rights, privileges, benefits, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Academic Deans Dr. James Margetts, Dr. Wendy Waugh, and Dr. Alric Williams will assist with the hooding of the graduates along with the candidate's advisor. Please come forward to accept your diploma. Family members, feel free to come forward for photographs right in here. Master of Arts in Education, Benjamin Joseph Almaras. Master of Education, Curriculum and Instruction, Reading Specialist, Carrie E. Gilbert. And I was remiss, that was Dr. Robin Brierly who did the hooding. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Danielle L. Enns, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Amy J. Hinsey Graham, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Sarah C. Lewis, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Morgan Starr Palzer, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Chelsea Smithson Turner, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Master of Arts in Education, School Counseling, Emily A. Wells, hooded by Dr. Tara Wilson. Master of Arts in Education, Educational Administration, Zachary J. Fisher, hooded by Dr. Karen Enos. Master of Arts in Education, Educational Administration, Jesse Hamer, hooded by Dr. Karen Enos. Master of Education, Curriculum and Instruction, Reading Specialist, Danielle Rowland, hooded by Dr. Karen Enos. Master of Arts in Education, Clinical Mental Health Counseling, Rebecca Lynn Wignall, hooded by Dr. Katie Woods. Master of Business Administration, Raquel Kelly Carbone, hooded by Dr. Jamie Haymaker. Master of Business Administration, Jared Slagle, hooded by Dr. Jamie Hamaker. Master of Business Administration, Lucas Richards, hooded by Dr. Gary Dusick. Master of Education, Curriculum and Instruction, Elementary, Megan Catherine McCrary, hooded by Dr. Erasima Ortega. Master of Education, Curriculum and Instruction, Secondary, Tammy Renee Radis, hooded by Dr. Erasima Ortega. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Sports Management, DeAndre Barthwell, hooded by Dr. Scott Ritson. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Sports Management, Christina Marie Frick, hooded by Dr. Scott Ritson. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Human Services, Mauro A. Ovando, hooded by Dr. Scott Ritson. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Sports Management, John Wallace Segura Hansen, hooded by Dr. John Ritson. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Human Services, Carrie Ann Saloon, hooded by Dr. Shonda French Collins. Master of Science in Organizational Management, Sports Management, Jordan Watt, hooded by Dr. Willie Hoffman. Let's have a final applause for all our new master's graduates of 2021. I would like to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Gregory Shipper. Lieutenant Colonel Shipper, will you please come forward for the military commissioning of our cadet?
Good afternoon, graduates, friends, families. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Greg Shipper. I'm the Professor of Military Science at the South Dakota School of Mines, the host campus for the ROTC program here at Chadron. Congratulations on this milestone in your lives. Your trials, your experiences, your tribulations, your victories and defeats have made you the individual you are today. There's one individual among you who has made the choice to dedicate his life to the service of others, to place the needs of others before his own. Chase Thurnis is about to take the oath of office of a commissioned United States officer. When an individual decides to try the ROTC program, they've decided they want to be a part of something more than themselves. When they contract with the military, they're making a commitment of serving their nation and the values that it represents to the world. With his commissioning today, soon-to-be Second Lieutenant Thurnis is about to make the ultimate acts of selfless service with the raising of his right hand. Reciting the oath is a rite of passage. It swears your allegiance to the Constitution of this great nation, not to any one person or government. And what makes our country unique, that we put the allegiance in a piece of paper that represents the democratic republic ideals that this nation was founded on. Cadet Thurnis, with the ending of your time in ROTC, you will now have the honor of being commissioned into the Army, a pivotal point in any soldier's career. During this ceremony, you will recite the oath of a commissioned officer. The commissioned officer oath has existed since the time of the Continental Army and has changed several times throughout the years. The form of the commission document remains much like it was granted by the Continental Congress to the officers of the Continental Army during the American Revolution. The wording of the current commission replaces the 1777 conduct with abilities. The Armed Forces of the United States depend for their success and indeed our existence on a web of trust, beginning between them and the American people and our government. The President expects the officer to live up to those expectations expressed in the commission. The people depend upon the armed forces for their security in a dangerous world. They provide their sons and daughters as sons, Marines, sailors, and airmen and Coast Guardsmen, and trust that their lives will be risked reluctantly and not unnecessarily put into harm's way. They expect the leaders and members of their armed forces to be both effective and accountable before the law and a public opinion. The people pay their taxes to ensure the safety of the nation, notably providing for the common defense precedes promoting the general welfare as the founding purpose in the preamble of the Constitution. In return for their investment, the American people expect reliable, effective, honorable, and efficient performance. They demand military leaders who demonstrate high standards of character and competence and conduct themselves in a manner that reflect basic principles of integrity, justice, and fairness towards all subordinates. In 1950, Brigadier General Sam Marshall wrote, "Upon being commissioned into the Armed Services of the United States, a man incurs a lasting obligation to cherish and protect his country and develop himself that capability and reserve strength that will enable him to serve its arms and welfare of his fellow Americans with increasing wisdom, diligence, and patriotic conviction." This is the meaning of his commission.
Lieutenant Thurnis's rank is pinned on by his parents, Dr. Brent and Shelley Thurnis. Second Lieutenant Thurnis receives his first salute from Ivan Brown.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Shipper, and congratulations to our new lieutenant and your family. During today's commencement, we should recognize those undergraduate students who are graduating with academic honors. In recognition of their outstanding academic achievement, they are wearing medallions. Please note that those students graduating cum laude have attained a cumulative grade point average of 3.6 to 3.74. Those graduating magna cum laude have a grade point average of 3.75 to 3.89. And those graduating summa cum laude have a grade point average of 3.9 to 4.0. Would all the honors graduates please rise and be recognized? Please be seated. Will the 2021 candidates for Bachelor's of Applied Science degree please rise and remain standing? The Bachelor of Arts degree, please rise and remain standing. The Bachelor of Science degree, please rise and remain standing. The Bachelor of Science and Education degree, please rise and remain standing. President Ryan, upon the recommendation of the faculty, the chairs of the department, and the deans of the schools, I recommend to you these candidates for the conferring upon them their baccalaureate degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of Chadron State College by the Board of Trustees of the Nebraska State College system, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I confer upon you the degrees of Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Education, with all the rights, privileges, benefits, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
2021 graduates, you may now move your tassels to the left. Degrees will be presented in the order in which the student's name appears in the program. Please come forward to accept your diploma. Family, please feel free to come forward for photographs. Ibrahima Berry. Amelia Margaret Berg. Bailey R. Brooks, magna cum laude. Zachary Isaac Carlson. Will Compton. Jacob J. Derflinger. Vincent Nicholas Falcone. Oops. Eager there. Braden Dane Jeske. Adam Thomas Glasscock. Maria Hilaria Hernandez Serna. Rubens Jerome. Vikashan Keshan, summa cum laude. Ashley Lynn Lewis, cum laude. Nathan Loomis. Mohammed Najid Maroof. Brittany A. McCauley, cum laude. Martha Y. Mesfin. Chad Emmanuel Michelson, magna cum laude. Madison N. Miller, cum laude. Leilani Nickum. Austin Jared Rapp. Kyle Ashley Rails, summa cum laude. Destiny K. Roden. Ben Rodriguez. Stephen Lyle Shields. Sarah Love Stangl. Laura Louise Stoker. Hope Colleen Stone, magna cum laude. Peyton James Sutphin. Congratulations, sir. Chase Robert Thurnes. Hannah Elizabeth Vega. Mary Margaret Weingart. Anna Rose Wyman, summa cum laude. Caitlin Louise Yuen, magna cum laude. Jacob Allen Ray Adams. James Thurston. James Thurston Battershaw. Lindsay Marie Buntrock. Seth Ronald McMillan. Isaac Blair Nicholson. Sarah Nicole Peak. Henry Albert Schneider. Maxim Stokes. Maxim Brian Stoffer. Caden John Bowers. Lauren K. Collins, magna cum laude. Rayleigh Noel Fahrenkopf, summa cum laude. Martina Fontenot, summa cum laude. Caleb Joseph Haskell, magna cum laude. Brooke Elizabeth Hughes. Bailey J. Crater, magna cum laude. Shalon Rochelle Limmer. Joanne Elaine Neal, summa cum laude. Rudy Adriana Paloma. Madeline Justine Sanchez, magna cum laude. Peyton Jeannie Marie Schoenhall, magna cum laude. Brianna Marie Stamen. Addison James Weathers, magna cum laude. McKenna Ray Webble, magna cum laude. The Chadron State College Wind Symphony, under the direction of Dr. John Wojcik, will provide music selections until all the students have returned to their seats.
Let's have one final round of applause for the class of 2021. Before we conclude today's commencement exercises, I would like to recognize and thank a few individuals who have contributed to this event. Dr. Kim Madsen, our faculty marshal and professor of family and consumer sciences. Our student marshals, Ms. Jory Peters, who is a member of the CSC chapter of Cardinal Key National Honorary Sorority. And Mr. Cale Juliffs, who is a member of the CSC chapter of Blue Key Honorary Fraternity. Mr. DeAndre Barthwell for providing the opening moment of reflection. The student providing the closing moment of reflection is Mr. Caleb Haskell from Madison, Nebraska. Mr. Haskell graduated. Mr. Haskell graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Education degree. The ROTC Color Guard, Cadets Robert Deaver, Austin Alexander, Harrison Purchell, and Chase Mestes. Dr. John Wojcik and the CSC Wind Symphony, who provided the music today. Ms. Carrie Gaswick, Vice President for Administration and the maintenance staff. Mr. Alex Helmbrecht, Director of College Relations and the College Relations staff. Ms. Melissa Mitchell, Registrar in the Records Office. And Ms. Shelley Johns and the Conferencing Office staff. One last item. I want to invite everyone in attendance to join us for a reception in honor of our graduates at the concession area on the mezzanine as you exit the building immediately upon adjournment. And now, I would ask Mr. Caleb Haskell to give the closing moment of reflection. Caleb?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am beyond grateful to be here with all of you today. I do want to give a quick shout out to some family and friends, to my mom, my dad, my baby brother Ryan, my other brothers Zane and Harrison Goki, to Devin Davis and Coach Hunter as well. Eagles, we made it. The odds might have been against us, but we made it. All the finals, presentations, speeches, tests, quizzes, assignments, late nights that turned into early mornings, and all of those lovely forum posts and replies challenged us all. But we made it. By the grace of God, we made it. So take a breath. Soak it in. Celebrate it. We made it. The question now is, what's next? Don't get me wrong, celebrate this win. Take it all in. Treat yourself. You do deserve it. After you do all of that, however, you have some questions to ask yourself. What's next? This can be both a terrifying and an exhilarating question to ask. What is next? You see, I have this deep-seated conviction that each and every single one of you in this gymnasium was created for something great, something amazing, something crazy. Steve Jobs has this quote that says, "Those who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who actually do." Now, I might be crazy, but I think and I believe that each of you can change the world in your own unique way. You were created on purpose and purpose for a purpose, regardless of what anybody else has to say. Purpose is the reason for which something is created. Purpose is the reason for which something is created. This microphone's purpose is to amplify sound. Your chair's purpose is for you to sit in it. Ben and Jerry's purpose is to comfort you the night after you bomb a test. But what's your purpose? What's your why? Why were you created? Why were you placed on this earth? You see, each of us has a distinct set of gifts, talents, abilities, strengths, experiences, and even weaknesses that gives us a unique opportunity to change the world, truly. So find your purpose. Walk in your why. They who know their why can endure most any how. If your purpose is big enough, if you are completely sold out on your why, you should be willing to live for it. You should be willing to die for it. People will work for a what, but they will give their lives for a why. So what's your why? How can you, Eagles, and everyone else in this gymnasium for that matter, how can you change the world? And once you reflect and figure out your why, then you can ask yourself, what's next? I will always be an Eagle. Thank you, Eagle Nation, for all of the memories, love, and support. Chadron will forever hold a special place in my heart. God bless, and roll Leagues, baby. Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb. Will the audience please rise and remain standing during the recessional while the graduates and the faculty exit? We are now adjourned.